I've brought you a few flowers.
That's sweet of you, but how on earth did you get them up here?
I had them sent up from London.
How very wrong and extravagant of you. They do smell sweet.
Evie, would it surprise you if I asked you to marry me?
No, I've been expecting you to do that for the last 3 months.
Well, you might have told me. I wouldn't have waited so long. Will you?
Of course not. The idea is perfectly ridiculous.
Why?
Well, we're both patients in a sanatorium. We've come here to get well, not to get married.
Does that mean you think I'm too great a crock?
Of course not.
I'm very much in love with you. I fell in love with you the first day I saw you. Do you remember the day you were so beastly to me? That clinched it.
Why have you never been married before?
That's an easy one. Because till I met you, I've never met anyone I wanted to marry.
Oh, it's absurd. It would be perfect madness for a pair of crocks like us to get married.
But?
I wonder if by any chance I'm in love with you.
It would be nice for me if you were.
You see, I don't know what it feels like being in love. Is it like being a bit tight?
Much nicer.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I've never been tight. But if it's being all of a dither when a particular person comes into the room, then I suppose I am in love with you.
My sweet.
I've been so lonely all these years.
Me too. Yeah, I was too much of a fool to know it.
Come in. Oh, hello, Campbell. Oh, you don't look very happy.
I'm not.
Oh, what's the trouble? I thought all your worries were over. You've got MacLeod's room now.
It was about that I wanted to see. I've been up there all the morning, but I'd like to go back to my old room, if you don't mind.
Oh, good heavens, man. You pestered me for years to let you have MacLeod's room. You pestered me to get him out of it so that you could have it, and now it's yours. You come here saying you don't want it.
I know.
Dear, oh dear. Look, Campbell, you are a funny chap. Why don't you ever play a violin now? I haven't heard you play since MacLeod died.
It's no fun anymore. I used to get a kick out of playing because it made the poor chap angry, but now nobody cares whether I play or not. Oh, I'll never play again.
Oh, nonsense. You used to say that you couldn't live if you didn't play.
What today?
Grand, isn't it?
Spring's here at last.
Yes, there are snowdrops out there in the woods.
You're off, I hear.
Yes, a couple of weeks.
I'm off too, quite soon.
Oh, really?
Surprised?
No, not at all. Why should I be?
You will be when I tell you why. I've asked Evie Bishop to marry me.
Oh. What did she say?
She said it was the most ridiculous thing she'd ever heard in her life. I was crazy to think of such a thing.
Well, you must admit that she was right.
Quite. She's going to marry me just the same. Now you're looking at me like those two old ladies.
Has Lennox passed you as fit?
I don't need a doctor to tell me I'm fit. I never felt better in my life. Fresh air, quiet life, and Evie. What more could a man want to put him on his feet again?
Are you really in love with her?
It's a rum thing at my time of life, falling in love with a decent girl. It's the last thing I've ever expected of myself. You know, I always thought girls, decent girls, I mean, shocking bores. But she isn't.
No. She's charming.
Pretty, too. And clever as paint. That isn't what bowled me over. You know what it is? It's ridiculous when you come to think of it. An old rip like me. Virtue. The last thing I ever wanted in a woman. Surprises you, I suppose.
No, not at all. You're not the first rake that's fallen for innocence. It's just middle-aged sentimentality.
Dirty dog.
Well, what does Lennox say about it?
I don't know yet. Evie thought it was a good plan to have a checkup, and I did the same. Made a lot of tests and took some x-rays. He had to tell us about it at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
When are they seeing the doctor?
4 o'clock, I think they said.
It's the most scandalous thing I ever heard of. It's worse than scandalous. It's criminal. Somebody ought to write to their relations about it and get it stopped. Dr. Lennox will stop it. You see.
Put that away. Have some more tea.
No, thank you. Yes, I will.
Oh, Major Templeton, Dr. Lennox is free now.
Good luck.
Not nervous, are you?
No, not a bit.
Liar.
I'm no more nervous than you are.
I've got good reason to be. It means all the world to me.
Don't say things like that. You'll make me cry.
Hang it all, I can't help it if I'm so much in love with you I can't see straight.
Will you kiss me?
Come in. When? Let me see. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I'd love to. Well, it's very good of you to ask me. Come along in, sit down. I won't be a minute. Huh? Oh, yes, I can easily get away for a couple of days. My assistant's first rate. Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to it very much. All right. Goodbye. Chap I know has just asked me over for a couple of days fishing. He's got the best salmon in Scotland. Well, now, I've got the whole story here. Results of the tests, x-rays, and everything. Would you care for me to go over them in detail?
No, there's no need for that. You understand them better than we do. All we want to know is whether we can get married.
I'm afraid it would be very unwise.
How unwise?
Well, I'll tell you the facts, and then you must decide for yourselves. I don't think Miss Bishop will ever be strong enough to lead a normal life. But if she goes on living as she has done for the past 8 years...
In the sanatorium?
Yes. Then there's no reason why you shouldn't live comfortably. If not to a ripe old age, at least as long as any sensible person wants to live. The disease is quiescent. If you marry, if you attempt to lead an ordinary life, the infection might quite well flare up again. What the results of that might be, no one can foretell.
And how about me?
Your case is different. I wouldn't be as brutal as this if I could avoid it, Templeton. But since you've asked me, I must tell you. If you marry, you'll be dead in 6 months.
And if I don't? Don't worry, you can tell me the truth.
2 years. 3, perhaps.
Thanks. That's all we wanted to know.
It's as I said, Dr. Lennox has stopped it. If he hadn't, they'd have come down and told us long ago. Poor things. I wonder where they are.
They're in the little library upstairs. I went in for a book. They were alone, so of course I came right out and left them.
Was she crying?
No, she was smiling.
Here they are.
What's the matter with you two? You're looking as pleased as Punch.
Oh, nothing very much. We're just going to be married.
You're not.
But we are.
Well, when's it to be?
As soon as we get the license.
We want to be married here.
In the village church?
Yes, I'm afraid my family would disapprove, so we're not going to tell them that it's all over. I shall ask Dr. Lennox to give me away. Mr. Chester, I would so much like your wife to come to the wedding. Do you think she would?
Well,
Do please ask her.
It's kind of you to want her. I'll write today.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Ashley. Goodbye, Doctor. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I've been unkind to you, my dear. I want you to forgive me.
I knew you didn't mean it.
I did mean it. I wanted you to suffer because I was suffering. But not anymore.
You don't have to say anything, dear. I understand.
But I must say it. I want you to live and be happy. I won't resent anything anymore. Because I do love you.
Oh, Henry.